So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, and welcome to this camera review video of the LG Stylo 2. Now this camera right here is a 13 megapixel camera that shoots in at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Flipping it over to the front side, you're gonna find yourself a 5 megapixel camera that also shoots at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So what we're going to do in this video is basically we're just going to talk about everything you need to know about the camera. While I'm still working on the full review, I have been heavily using the camera, and I think I have enough information now to share with you on this camera. So if you want to know everything you need to know about the camera, we're not going to talk too much about the camera in the full review. We're just going to, briefly overview it because this video is dedicated towards that. If you want to see everything you need to know about the LG Stylo 2's camera, this is your video. Let's go. So getting into the camera UI itself, you can see the icon, first of all, is the newer UI from the LG G5. So hopping into the camera, we're going to reveal ourselves a very basic, camera interface. So over here, you do have your camera click icon, record button, and a back button. But before we get into that, this is the auto mode we're in. If you hit this three dot menu up here, we do have simple mode here. So this is simple mode right here. It's just basically your grid if you enable the grid. And let's bring out the subject. For this video, I'm going to use the blue Vivo 5 as the subject here, or the blue Vivo Air LTE, excuse me. And you just tap right there, boom, and it takes the picture. So if you guys like a simple camera experience, I don't think it gets any simpler than that right there. So let me go and hit that three dot menu once again. And now you are going to reveal yourself the automatic mode, which is basically pretty simple too. Now you have the icon over here where you can tap this to take a picture. And you can also hold down the camera icon to burst mode, as you see it bursting up in the right-hand corner there. And the bursts do save pretty quickly. Also, you can go ahead and tap this, on the screen to focus. Of course, you can always tap on every phone to focus. And then above the camera icon is your video recording. Once you press video recording, it does start recording right away. And it does give you the ability to pause while you're recording and continue recording, as well as stop it and take a picture here while you're recording. So very nice there. Nice stuff from LG right there. So let's go over here. You can see we do have our flash right there. So you can enable auto off, and then down here we can flip to the front facing camera. Hello there, guys, how you doing? And then let's flip back around, and you can see we do right here below that we do have modes. Now in modes you do have panorama and auto. So this is not the G4. You're not going to get all the manual stuff, all the tweaking and all that stuff, but it does provide all the modes I think you will need. Now you do have the ability to switch the megapixel count as well as the aspect ratio count. So you can go up on 4:3, which I do think is going to reduce the megapixel count. And then you do have full HD or HD video recording right here. And now we're going to, let's see, go to timer right here. You do have timer options right there. Ability to turn on HDR off and on. And you do have these nice voice sounds that come on all LGs. So you can say things like cheese, cheese, and it'll take a picture. Let's try that again. Cheese, whiskey. Did I disable that? Let's see if I disabled that. I might have disabled that actually. There, yeah, I actually disabled it. Cheese. You see it took a picture. Whiskey. LG. Yeah, so you can see you do have the video, voice video right there, which is awesome if you're like, you don't have a hand free, you're just holding it one hand and you're doing something else with your other hand. If you just say LG, it'll easily take a picture. So that was really handy when I was walking the dogs and trying to take photo samples with this as well. So you do have grid lines enabled and SD card storage. So pretty basic stuff here. And that's pretty much the camera interface. Like I say, burst mode, simple mode, auto mode, ability to switch out the video and such. Now there is another included feature. So if the lock screen is off, you can double tap down on the back power button to access the camera. So you double tap, this is kind of like the double tap on the Samsung, but this one's from the back. You double tap on that and boom, it'll fire the camera. Now it will not snap a picture if you just double tap, but when you tap one more time, boom, you could take a picture right there. And then you can take another one and you can hold it down for both burst modes. So that's very nice hardware functionality with the camera, which is a very nice touch for the LG Stylo 2. Now, what else are we going to talk about the camera? So you do have an ability to access it as well by these lock screen shortcuts. So you can access them right there from your lock screen shortcuts right there. So that's pretty nice there. Now, in terms of the speed, the camera speed has been pretty good. I'm actually very pleased with it. Focusing times, while they're not the laser auto focusing time quick, they are pretty good nonetheless. And I enjoyed my shooting experience with this. It's a very clean, simple camera interface, and it might not be the best out there, but it's really close. And then going to the back, you're going to see that we don't have a dual LED flash. And I wouldn't use this flash, guys, if I was you. I'd try to take pictures the best I could without it. But once again, this is Android, and you can download apps that can make your camera experience much better. But that's pretty much it on the LG's Stylo 2's camera. We talked about pretty much the whole interface and everything it can do. Now I'm going to take you into my real world photo samples of the LG Stylo 2. And I took a mixture of outdoor video, outdoor, outdoor pictures. I took some indoor pictures. I did not take any night pictures, but I don't really shoot at night. And I don't think you should either. Night shooting always doesn't turn out pretty well on any phone unless you really know what you're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna get into those photo samples right now. Everything was shot in automatic mode. I did not tweak any settings. The only thing I tweaked was I turned on HDR for some of them for high dynamic range. So everything that you're seeing right here is straight out of the box, the way it came right out of the box. So anyways, that's the end of this part of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please click the like button for me. Enjoy the rest of this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace. Of the LG Stylo 2 rear recording. I am walking here so you can kind of get a look at the the stabilization of the device itself. This is full auto mode, so this is basically if you pull the device out of your pocket and you just start taking a shot. This is exactly what you're gonna expect here out of your LG Stylo 2. So not too bad, a little bit shaky, but not too bad. I don't believe there is optical image stabilization here, but this is 13 megapixels at 1080p. This is another back recording, guys, of the LG Stylo 2. You can see I am moving here. 1080p, HD. The front-facing video recording on the LG Stylo 2. As you can see, the skyline is behind me. But this is basically what you're gonna expect on this device right here. Now I am holding the device with one hand, and it is a little bit shaky, but I think it's plenty fine for some quick content creation if that's what you want to do on the LG G Stylo. And the audio is firing directly from the device itself.